This is the A24 film's logical explanation video. There are many ways to arrive at the solution of this puzzle without guessing. This is just one way. Starting with rule number 4, we can move all films featuring stories of East Asian American characters to column 4. These are Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Farewell, and Minari. From rule number 2, we know that the two Best Picture winners are in opposite corners. Everything Everywhere All at Once is a Best Picture winner and so should be in one of the corners in column 4. However, according to rule number 5, all movies in row 1 feature a male lead. This means that Everything Everywhere All at Once cannot be in row 1, and therefore should be in the bottom right corner. Since the two Best Picture winners should be in opposite corners, this means Moonlight should be in the top left corner. From rule number 2, we know that the movies nominated for Best Picture should be on the same diagonal. Room, Lady Bird, and Minari were all nominated for Best Picture, but only Room and Lady Bird can fit on this diagonal, because we know Minari has to stay in column 4. Now, Room and Lady Bird can be in either position on this diagonal, but we know from rule number 6 that the two earliest releases in the grid are both in column 2. This means Room has to be in this position in column 2, which means Lady Bird takes this final position in the Best Picture nominees diagonal. From rule number 3 we know that all films directed by Ari Aster should be in row 3, and from rule number 1 we know that all films from this director should be in order of release. This means Hereditary, Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid should be organized like this in row 3. With row 3 complete, we can confirm that Minari and The Farewell should be in row 1 and row 2 respectively because Minari features a male lead, and The Farewell features a female lead. Because of rule number 6 we know that The Witch should also be in column 2 and the only options left in column 2 are row 1 and row 4, however because The Witch has a female lead, it cannot go in row 1, and so must be placed in row 4. Since The Witch and The Lighthouse are both directed by Robert Eggers, The Lighthouse should be in the same row. And because it is a later release than The Witch it should go to the only position available to the right of The Witch. Swiss Army Man and Everything Everywhere All at Once share the same directors in the Daniels, and so Swiss Army Man fits here in this corner in row 4. We now have row 3, row 4 and column 4 completed. According to rule number 5, Uncut Gems should be switched with X, and then X should be switched with Pearl because they are both directed by Ty West and X was released earlier in 2022 than Pearl. Finally, Good Time and Uncut Gems were both directed by the Safdie brothers, and Good Time is the earlier release, and so should be to the left of Uncut Gems. If we check logic, we'll see the logical is solved and without any guessing.